Welcome back. We are working on now circle test review number 2, and this is part 1. So this is going to be, I'm going to do one video for each question, so there's plenty of time to work on them, and of course we can focus on each one carefully. If you have questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section below. Please leave a like for the video if you found it helpful. And so let's take a look. Number 1, in the diagram below circle O, chords RT and QS intersect at M. Secant PTR and tangent PS are drawn to circle O. The length of RM is 2 more than the length of TM, not drawn to scale. So we know in this case, when we see this, the length of RM, so RM and TM. Well, we don't know what TM is, because that's the whole thing. RM is 2 more than that, so we'll call RM, we'll call that X, TMX, and RM is going to be X plus 2, right? So 2 more than TM. So let's label this. So TM is going to be X, and RM will be X plus 2. All right, now find the length of RT. Well, QM is going to be 2, and so in this case, QM is 2, we'll label that, and SM is 12, and PT is 8, which we'll use for the next question. So to find the length of RT, what we are looking at is when two chords, in this case, QS and TR intersects, we know in this case that the measurements of the pieces, a product of the pieces of one chord is equal to the product of pieces of the other. So the formula we would use in this case would be RM times MT equals QM times MS, okay, or SM. And so here we have RM is X plus 2, MT or TM is X, QM is 2, and MS is 12. So here we're going to get, so multiply this out, we're going to get, in this case, x squared plus 2x equals 24. And so this is a quadratic equation. And all quadratic equations, if they're factorable, or whether not factorable, usually, I like to set them equal to 0. So we're going to subtract both sides by 24. And now we have x squared plus 2x equals 24. Oh, sorry, minus 24 equals 0. Sorry about that. Minus 24 equals 0. Now, what happens is, whether you're factoring or using quadratic formula, you have to set this equal to 0. Only time when this is okay by itself would be when we complete the square, which we talked about before when dealing with find the equation with circle. All right? So, let's see. Are there two numbers that multiply 24 and subtract the 12? I think we do know those numbers. Two numbers that multiply 24 subtract 12 would be 6 and 4, x and x. Now the larger number gets a sign of this symbol here. And so that large number is 6, so that would be plus. And then what happens is the two numbers must multiply to negative 24, and so the signs are going to be opposite each other if they're negative, so minus 4. So we solve. X plus 6 equals 0, where x equals negative 6. X minus 4 equals 0, where x equals 4. And so what happens now is that we have to eliminate negative 6 as a measurement, okay? So because of the fact that we know that TM is supposed to be x, which you can't have a negative measurement though. So we're going to go back and we're going to label in this case TM is going to be 4. So that's the accepted number we have here, right? Because this is the answer we have. So TM is 4, and then RM is equal to 4 plus 2, which is 6. But that's not what they're asking for. RT. So here, RT, we're going to say in this case, RT equals 6 plus 4 is equal to 10. So that's our first question, okay? Now for the second part. Second part is find the length of PS, and so we'll use a second formula which deals with PS and the whole secant segment here, PR. And our second formula would be in this case that I'm gonna erase this here. So give us a little space for the previous problem. Okay. You can always go back to video and watch it to or review for any questions you might have missed. Okay, pause the video if you have to. All right. So I just need space to show this now. So here we go. All right. We have in this case our formula. Whenever you have a tangent and a secant intersecting outside a chord, it's always going to be the measure of the tangent squared is equal to the whole secant, which is PR, times the measure of the outside or external segment, PT. Okay, so tangent squared equals the measure of the whole secant times external segment, which is PT. And so now let's take a look though. Well, PS we don't know. Well, I'll call that Y. So we have Y squared because we're looking for PS. PR, well, let's see now. Let's make sure we label this. We said that MT was TM was going to be 4, and RM was 6. When we add them all together, PR is equal to a measure of 18. And PT is 8. So we're going to have in this case Y squared is equal to 18 times 8, which is going to be 144. We're going to take the square root of this, of both sides, oops. And so we're going to get Y is equal to plus or minus 12. But again, measurement's always positive. Therefore, Y is equal to 12, or our answer will be PS is equal to 12. Okay, so we see in this case, this question of measurements dealt with both measurements inside circle when two chords intersect and measurements outside circle when a secant and a tangent. So it's good to have to know in this case the rules for each one. I recommend that we take this and all, just be mindful that you're going to need to know all your notes on circles with measurements and angles. Okay, so this is question number 1. Right, I hope this was helpful to you guys. I want to thank you for watching. Please, if there was any part you're unsure about, if there's any mistakes I made, which I do make them, so please let me know. Just leave them in the comment section below or leave them in the Google Classroom. Thanks so much. And now here's a very important thing I want to stress, that on your test, if you only put down the answers or you barely write anything down, you will not be getting full credit. You have to show all your work. See, that's the whole thing. The answer is only worth 1 point versus how you get the answer, all right? So it's really important that you show your work. Very, very important though. Okay, ladies and gentlemen? All right, thanks so much for watching. And again, please give this video a like if you found it helpful. And subscribe to the channel if this is your first time. We have not done so already to know when videos are added to the channel. Okay, thanks so much. Take care and be safe.